Alright, so in this video we're going to be going over your project, which is making a research assistant with intentional bugs. That's what you are getting, and your job is to go through this assistant, improve the tool descriptions, remove the overlapping tools, put termination conditions, guardrail validation, and also fix the silent failures on bad input. So I put some comments with bags over your code. Again, we have LangChain. Make sure to connect it so you can trace the errors. First is the bug descriptions of this search internal tool. Just make sure to improve it. It's just search here. Here's the search wiki. Well, it's pretty self-explanatory what you need to change. Here's the search docs. Here's the calculate. Just make sure to make more detailed descriptions and remove any overlapping tools that are not needed. Also, bug number 4 is no validation on the delete record. Well, this is scary, this is dangerous, make sure to fix it. And also this could potentially have a silent error when something is wrong. Just read the code and you will understand exactly what you need to save. Actually, I write it in the comment over here. Now, you also need to fix the tool availability. There is no dynamic restriction of what tool is used at each kind of step and stage. So you need to add a staging here, add termination conditions to remove like the infinite loop risk, and also improve the system prompt, all right? So that's all you need to do. Not very complicated. These are the 4 prompts you are going to be testing out. So let's jump to the actual golden solution. So let's see how you can fix each one of these. You will have availability of the solution. So if you get stuck, you can go ahead and watch it. So this is the search internal knowledge base, blah, blah, blah. We write a bare description. We write the arguments and the output. We remove the other ones and we just have the calculate here. So we remove the vague, multiple tools that are not needed. Here is the get customer ID. So this allows you to search customers. And if customer is not found, well, then return none, which we are going to handle below as we have the lookup customer. So we get the customer. If no result is responded, we throw an educative string message. So the LM knows that the customer was not found, so we don't fail silently. Here we saw the allowed records and the allowed guardrail layer. So instead of having this delete unsafe, we make sure to have the guarded delete record created. So we write this function. We check the record ID, we check if it is allowed, if the current user is an admin, and then we allow the unsafe to run. Otherwise, we throw the guardrail, we throw a message that is explanatory of what went wrong, and here's the actual tool, which is the delete record tool that calls the guarded Python function for the current user, all right? So here we can see all of the tools, we see the stages, so we have here the different stages. So we have the research stage and the admin stage. According to what happens, we have a different, availability of tools. So delete record is only for the admin stage. And we have a more detailed system prompt, obviously. And we also put some middleware for the tool called limit middleware. So we allow up to 5 runs and exit behavior continue. And we also add the recursion limit of 12. So we allow up to 12 iterations in a single call. And here I added some more examples so you can check out the result. So we have what does the billing policy say about refunds? Tell me about customer C999. Tell me about customer C002. And all of this is traced inside LangChain. So if we go here on LangChain, we have the lecture 5 debug walkthrough. So here we can see everything that happened. All of the queries worked as we wanted them to work. So what does the billing policy says? Go searches internally, sees the middleware tool. You can also see the middleware. So make sure to try and define the middlewares. They're very helpful and they show you that they run. So that's also tracked, which is great to see. And you can see all of the intermediate steps at its point on LangChain. Same here, we can see the exact trace and all of the traces work. So our agent is very robust, has no errors. We can see the input and the output. So that's good to go. Boom. This worked as well. So yeah, pretty cool. Even when the LLM cannot do record deletion, this is handled. You can see here, I cannot do that. I'm sorry. And yeah, the whole example worked exactly as needed. So delete is blocked by guardrail for non-admin user. And here delete is still guarded, all right, because of the record. So you can go ahead and check also this code. In any case, if you get stuck at any point, you should always look at the solution, or better yet, what I would highly suggest that you use is just use Codex. So if you get stuck at a point, just point it to the research assistant and also give it the starter. So say, help me fill the starter by giving me some more hints given the solution. Don't tell me or write the answer, just guide me. All right, so you can ask something like that, and you can use AI to help explain the steps you don't understand. Ask it to unstuck you, but without writing the solution for you. And AI is going to go very super fast, read both files, and start guiding you on what to do. So if you need a little bit more help, this is a very simple way to keep moving and solve the task and the issue. But this is how you make an agent with guardrails, early termination, with tracing that calls tools according to the stage, dynamically. And yeah, I think you are pretty much ready with this tutorial to start making agents that act in the real world and that you will feel safe deploying even at more risky phases, because you read in the code, they cannot really do something destructive. So yeah, tool design, check which 3 tools overlap, tool availability, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, this is, in my opinion, very, very helpful. And if you don't understand the part, for example, if you don't understand this, you could ask, for example, what the middleware does, and AI will help you just a little bit to, get to understand what happens. And in my opinion, using AI to help learn new things and also speed up the process of learning and solving these tasks is very important. So let's see. The recursion limit limits how many agent loops steps can occur. It does not specifically count tool executions. Okay, so that's what the tool call limit middleware is. It's a separate cap that caps the 5 tool calls. Run limit is all about how many tool calls are done. So exit behavior continue blocks additional calls and sends an error limit message back to the model, allowing it to produce a final answer. If you throw an error, it stops immediately. Alright, so recursion limit, which we define on the agent, limits the overall agent loop iterations. Tool call middleware limit is about limiting the actual tool executions. All right, so hopefully this helps you understand a little bit more things. It shows you also what to look at, and I think this is the best explanation you could ever ask for. So yeah, you really don't need this course. You may need it to get a general sense and structure, but questions can really be answered by AI on top of the code. So any question you have, you got one of the best teachers of the world in your own computer running at the same time as you write these questions. So always try to consult it when you have a question, because you will get the answer instantly with examples, and I think you are gonna love it. So make sure to tap into this capability. That's why we see so much productivity gains with AI, because there is this thing over here.